So I am heading to. I've been saying his name wrong forever, but it's Nghiem, but it's spelled Nghiems. I'm pretty sure I spelled it right on the title of this video. First time doing YouTube live too. It's pretty interesting. Using my rock form magnetic case. This case is amazing, and hopefully, if the YouTube channel does better, my goal is to kind of work with rock form and try to do factory Supra color cases. So if your Supra is black, you get a black case. If your Supra is Baltic blue, you get a Baltic blue case. That'd be kind of badass. So I'm heading to his house. He's having some issues with his Supra, and I'm super fucking bored. I'm going to be working overnight next weekend, Friday night and Saturday night, and I'll be out of town. So I really want to enjoy this weekend before I have a week and weekend and then another week without a break. We usually get a day off. When we work weekends, that following week they give us a day off. So I usually take that following Friday, so I have like a nice 3-day weekend after working for 14 days straight. But yeah, so I'm trying to go enjoy the time while the wife is at work. Oh shit. I can actually call her the wife now. So officially married. Fuck, I just spilled my monster. Fucking cops are gonna think I'm drunk. Love monsters. Usually drink Bangs, but they're super fucking expensive, and we haven't bought any lately. So a lot has happened since my last video. I found out what my problem was with the Supra. Well, I hope it's my problem. The ECU is has some bad capacitors on it. I wonder if this will still. Oh, can't see me. All right. So the ECU has some bad capacitors, and I sent it to Drift Motion, and with shipping, for them to ship it back, their price, like what you pay on their website, was like $114, and they service the whole entire ECU, and fix common issues, retrace the circuit boards, replace all the capacitors, and they just look it over and make sure there's nothing else wrong with it. It's pretty decent service. I spoke to a few people at Drift Motion, including the guy who does the ECU service. I think it's actually the owner. I believe his name is Aaron. Aaron or Adam, one of the two. And they're fairly confident that that's my issue. I also spoke to a few other Supra owners that are NA Autos or NA 5-speeds that had the exact same issues, chasing their tail, and then they found it on the Lexus forums that it's the ECU that causes the issues. I did my first hat with the new logo, so if you follow the YouTube or the Instagram, that is like the old logo with this, the T in the middle, so now it's BTP. It used to just be BT, which was Boost Technique, and I wasn't a fan of that. Boost Technique kind of made sense. Auto off, losing AC. So Boost Technique kind of made sense in my head, and I thought it was kind of cool. But I got ragged on by one guy before with a Mustang. I think he actually follows me now on Instagram, because we were talking shit back and forth, and he's like, well, you have Boost Technique in your name. You don't even have Boost. And, it was Boost Technique when I had the Turbo IS 300. But I just felt it was time for a change. So I did the Built to Perfection, and I really like it because it can incorporate anything. I mean, when you're talking about Built to Perfection, I mean, you could literally talk about anything involving your life. It doesn't have to be cars. Um, and that's kind of what I want to lean towards with the channel. I really enjoy the car thing. The majority of the content on the channel is going to be cars. What are you, a semi? You don't need to go that wide. The majority of the content on the channel is going to be cars and car related material, but I want to start featuring the other stuff that I use daily that I guess would incorporate to the BTP lifestyle. Um, there's just I just don't want to be a boring channel where I'm just building a car. I want to add some, a personal touch to it and just do a little bit of different stuff. I watch a lot of Pure Function, a lot of Motion, Auto TV, Daily Driven Exotics. So I'm kind of taking a collective of all the stuff they do and kind of putting my own spin on it with combining like everything they do. I mean, I would love to have exotics. My dream garage would be the Supra, a twin turbo Gallardo, and an R33 GTR. So that's kind of a dream garage. The Supra is for sale right now, but I would get another one. I'm selling it because I have a crap load of debt. I probably shouldn't have bought the Supra in the first place, but impulse buy. It happened with my Titan that I had prior to the Durango that I drive now. And I mean, I love the Durango. This thing is amazing. I've never had a vehicle this nice and new with a warranty. But kind of wish I would have bought, a Range Rover. But again, that would be an impulse buy and not very practical or not really affordable, I guess. Um, later on down the road, once all my debt's paid off, if the Supra even sells. I'm not selling it for less than $23,000. So if anyone asks after watching this video, I'm not letting it go for less than $23,000. I did a lot of research on Craigslist, Cars.com, looking at other Supras for sale, and I'm seeing things for sale that are NA autos or NA 5-speeds or TT autos, TT 6-speeds, and I think I am a very fair price. Yeah, it needs a paint job. Yeah, it has ghost flames on the side of it. Most of the people that buy Supras, if you're looking to buy a Supra in the $20,000 price range, and you think it's not going to need repainted, you're mistaken, because you're not going to find, unless someone's hard up for money, you're not going to find a super clean Supra that doesn't need work or painted or something. It doesn't have title issues, something. I'm seeing $40,000 twin turbo 6-speed Supras with title issues, like actual title issues or mileage discrepancies, just something. Yeah, there's an accident on mine. It's a clean title car though. My car was never R titled. There's R titled Supras for sale for way more than my car. Twin turbo automatics, twin turbo 6-speeds. There is a NA auto Supra, 97 or 98, low miles. It was a very clean car. I'll give it to that guy. Very beautiful car. Fully done right. Twin turbo, 6-speed, TT rear diff. Like, this thing is, the only thing about that car that is NA auto is the VIN number. I mean, that is the only thing that shows that car is still an NA auto. And it's done right. And he has it listed for $65,000. I can go buy a low mileage twin turbo 6-speed, original twin turbo 6-speed for like 45, 50,000. So for 65,000, I mean, the paint better be original. It better look like it did from the factory. All the seals better be in amazing condition. Nothing better be wrong with that car. I would never pay 65. I think he's just shooting high, kind of like what I did originally when I listed the car for 27.5. Don't really want to sell it, but I will for the right price. And then I got realistic and lowered the price of my car. If you watch this, also, I am working with a local Supra owner. I'm going to keep his name out of respect, because I haven't talked to him about my YouTube or anything yet. But I will be working with him, selling his Supras and a lot of parts that he has. So anyone that needs Supra parts and you don't want to get raped on the price, like most of the people do these days, or need a Supra in general, just the whole car, and don't want to get raped on the price like most people try to do, and they gouge because it's a Supra, or charge you thousands of dollars for a part that when it was new from the dealership may have been $800, and now they want $1,500 for it before, just because they don't make it anymore, and it's used. That's not our intention. Our intention is to get what it's worth, not price gouge. And he will set the prices. I'm going to do a full inventory on a spreadsheet with pictures. There'll be, if I take a bunch of pictures and I post the stuff and you ask me for a lower price, or you ask me for more pictures, I will ignore you, and you're not a serious buyer. You need to have funds available. He doesn't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste. This is something I'm doing as a favor for him, and he's a very busy person, and I'm a very busy person. So if you say you're going to buy something, then buy it. We will ship if it's reasonable. We prefer local pickup, especially with the cars. We prefer you just come look at the car, because a lot of them need work. A lot of them are project cars, and that's how you're going to get a good deal. So we're not going to charge you 50, 60 grand for a car that doesn't run or needs put together or something like that. We're not going to be unrealistic. So that's going to be in the near future, so look for that. Let's see what else. If the Supra doesn't sell, I am considering paint matching what's on the car right now and doing the hood, the doors, and the fenders, and the OEM front bumper that I have for it, and just being happy with that. I'm thinking about painting it myself because I have an idea how to paint. I'm not an idiot. Really, I could test on one of the fenders. Worst case scenario, it looks like crap, and then I just pay someone else to do it. And then I'm out a couple bucks for paint. I have an option to have the whole entire car painted, and if I do that, I'm not going to sell the car. So I'm just taking my time with it. I'm still kicking around just having the car put back to the original color. It's just a lot of work, and the bin tags, 2 of them were already missing, one on the hood and one on the fender, and they could have put them back on when they replaced those parts from the accident. And it couldn't have been that bad because the front bumper support still has the VIN tag on it, but the hood and the fender VIN tag are missing. So I really wish they would have just taken them off those parts, but back in early 2000s when this happened, and it was a female-driven car, they probably weren't aware of the value of having those VIN numbers. It's unfortunate, but back in the early 2000s, this car was probably worth like $8 grand. Maybe with low miles, maybe 12, 14,000. So I don't think the person who had it really gave a shit. if my car were original paint, had all the VIN numbers, no accidents, 2 owners, me being the second, and the seats were perfect, all the dash panels are perfect, low miles, yeah, you could probably fetch 28, 30 grand for this car. And there is a beautiful black Supra NA 5-speed for sale for $31,000 on Craigslist right now. That's pretty sure low amount, 105,000. All the VIN numbers are there, completely original. I think it's a 2-owner car, 3-owner car, and it's just a beautiful car. And it's listed for $31,000. That's slightly unrealistic. I think it's more around the $28,000 price range, but that's just, they're overpriced. I see a lot of people commenting on my sale post. Oh, right-hand drive cars in Australia go for like $9,000. Your car would go for $9,000 in Australia. Great. This is America. Number one. Number two, they made a very, very small amount of left-hand drive cars compared to right-hand drive cars. And I don't give a shit about your prices in Australia. It's that simple. I really don't care. But I'm heading to Nghim's house, and I have my camera with me, so I'll probably vlog some and show, his build and what's all done to it. Maybe talk to him a little bit. I'm not sure how he feels about being on camera either, but that's the game plan, and that's where I'm heading because I'm fucking bored, and this is a nice little way of doing something besides going out to the bar and wasting fucking money like I used to do. I still don't have my other camera, so I gotta use this big bastard for vlogging. Just keep an eye out for that video, and yeah, that's all I got. Alright, guys.